Hey, energy party people. Okay, I'll just say it. Like, I'm having a rough time. I got super triggered a little while ago, and yeah, more about that in a second. So let's go ahead and sage the space and play my beautiful theme song. Here we go.
You are magic, magic, we are magic, magic Mondays with Coley.
Okay. Yeah. Ugh. Just a reminder why I do this every Monday, with very few exceptions for the last next week will be 3 years. Um, my promise is to show up, no matter what, um, and learn how to be vulnerable, because I think it's important as times just get more and more, crazy. I wanna be a consistent force, a consistent presence, during inconsistent times. So, yeah. Oy. I was gonna say, as I was clearing myself earlier and sobbing, um, that's 3 syllables. Sobbing. Um, okay, my brain went elsewhere too. I used to gross Sadie out by singing Goldfinger. Anyway, yeah, so sobbing, because I got triggered, but we'll get into that in a second. Oh, hey, Erica and or Art. Yeah, thanks for checking in. Let's play some theme songs. Well, one in particular. Here you go, Art and or Erica.
Art and Erica,
Erica and Art, thank you for joining us, doing your part.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So, well, welcome anybody watching live, and in the future. I appreciate you for showing up. Yeah, yeah, I'm feeling really well. What I was going to say, what I was thinking. Let's back up more and more steps. As I was thinking this morning, as I was doing some energy clearing on myself around the sobbing and the shaking around my book. Um, I thought about saying, and I'll say it now. If you're placing your bets onto when I'm going to cry today, this is the last chance to place your bets. Is it going to be within the next 1 minute, the next 10? Not at all. Yeah, no, you know it's not going to be not at all. Anyway, so, and I have to say, I appreciate, even though I'm feeling really not my best, and my body is literally shaking. Oh, yay! I can still make fun of myself. So that's one of my unique features that I appreciate about myself. Um, yeah, yeah. And the stuff that's coming up for me is really deep, and it's been coming up for me ever since writing this goddamn book. Um, yeah, this book that I love and I think is full of magic. I know it's full of magic. Um, but it's been one of the most beautiful things I've ever done. Oh, if anybody placed their bet for 1 minute, you get the prize. I don't know how you're gonna collect though. Good luck on that. Yeah, this book thing has been, yeah, all encompassing. And I feel like it just fucking is ripping me a new one. And I know a lot of people don't get it. I think there's a few people in my life who get it as close as anybody can get anybody else's experience. Um, but um, yeah, it's been really hard. And a few days ago, I did a trade with somebody, and her part of the trade was an astrology session. And part of me was like, "Ooh, I usually get astrology from other people, mostly Mimi. Hey Mimi, hey." And I kind of felt like I was cheating on her, which is so dumb because everyone, like all energy healers, offer something different. You go to a chiropractor, each one will be different. Anybody who does anything is going to do it, a little bit their own way, I would imagine. Um, Anyway, and so I did a trade with this woman, and part of it was, I never know what to ask for when I get an astrology session. Um, but they can really you bring up whatever's going on in your life, and if they're good, they're gonna find the aspects in your chart that, like, can guide you, and one of the things that came up in my session on Friday was, hey, Simone, hey, um, was some optimal, like, big time optimal dates for, launching my book, and wow, fuck. I'm so glad I already have this, like, as a thing that I do no matter how I'm feeling, because this is one of those days where I'd say, "Fuck this shit. I'm not gonna do this." Yeah. Whew, learning how to be vulnerable, um, on camera is, I don't know, you probably couldn't put it on a resume, but you should be able to, because, being vulnerable in this human thing is, I'd say it's kind of a skill. But anyway, um yeah, so she gave me a bunch of dates, like, I thought I'd been told otherwise, but apparently, if you know anything about astrology, I'm going into my second Saturn return. Uh, and I could be wrong, but when I think of Saturn returns, I don't study astrology at all, so don't base anything on what I say here. But I think of it as a huge time. Um, and it's really a time of either you do what you've come here to do or you're going to pay the price. That's how I've interpreted it. Anybody is welcome to tell me otherwise. But it's a big time. And she gave me all of these dates in, apparently my Saturn return starts sometime in February of next year. And I think it's February. Yeah, because it's my birthday on the 4th. Anyway, and she gave me a whole bunch of dates in, April, that it was just like planet after planet in alignment for things specifically about getting my book out. And so I put it out there to my editor, who can't do my 3rd round of, I was hoping my final round, but, mm, I don't know. Hopefully my 3rd, maybe final round of edits in February. Thank you for listening. You'll be part of my acknowledgments of all the people who've had to fucking listen to my process. Ooh, yeah, but, oh, good. So I know I have lots of people to respond to here in a second, but, Art agrees with you about Saturn return. Yeah. So I am putting out there my life's fucking work. Yeah, I don't care about suppressing my fucks today. I don't, yeah, I don't care. Um, yeah. And if I have the opportunity to get my book out at this fortuitous time, um, and it's not just fortuitous for me, it's for, if it's good for me and the vibration around my book, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying now. I believe it's good for anybody who's needing it. But anyway, so it takes a while. I appreciate my editor so much, but it takes her a while to get back to me. And she got back to me on a text I think I sent Friday or Saturday. It's not that long, I guess, but, anyway, and I put out something to my editors, my book designer, cover designer, plus she's also gonna be publishing my book, and I haven't heard back from her yet, and I just mm. Anyway, I haven't heard back from my publisher. I did hear back from my editor this morning, which triggered me. I knew I shouldn't have fucking looked at it before my show. But yeah. And she's like, "Well, we'll see." Basically, I don't know why I'm making her sound like that, because she's a lovely, intelligent woman. I don't know. Something about it really triggered me, and I'm just so fucking sick of the whole thing. Um Yeah, and trying to teach energy work in my book, there's so much energy around that, and it's not all current. Um, it's just been, um it will happen, and it won't break me, but, hmm, I guess if I were to reframe it, which is one of the things I talk about in the book, is that it is breaking me a little bit. It's breaking me open for stepping more into my power, and I know that, but when I get in these times of being triggered, it's really intense, and I can only imagine you can, understand to some degree. I mean, no, not everyone's writing a book, but whatever's going on in your life, I can only imagine, you can understand. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, it's a lot of fucking babbling. Anyway, I'm just feeling a lot, and I did a ton of clearing, so I'm not sobbing, I'm not sobbing now, if that's not obvious, but I was earlier, like, out loud crying. Yeah. Anyway, I was going to have to announce that Coop might not be joining us today, but he is actually joining us, although he's in the thick of it because let's just say we're not sure of the culprit, but it might have been some bad clam chowder. And we'll let Coop explain that in a little while. Yeah, if he's available to be on camera, but he is on standby at the moment. So here's hoping. Um, Okay, so let's talk about sponsor. Well, first, before we talk about sponsors, oh, it's 11:11. Probably not for very much longer, but let's make a wish. Here we go. Okay, caught it just in time. Phew. All right, so let's welcome a few people. Da, 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 da. Maybe if I looked in the right place. Okay, so, well, first of all, in case you haven't seen, Coop says hi. Oh, and John Ross, the mysterious John Ross. Um, that's who I assume you to be, the mysterious John Ross. So, whoever you are, John Ross, nice to meet you again. And no, I didn't redo your song. So, yes, that's right. It's still sounding like a cheer. Um, but here is your personalized theme song slash personalized cheer, John.
Hey, everybody. John is here. Let's all get together and give him a cheer. Welcome.
Welcome. Okay, well, welcome, John. Yeah, and let's see who else has checked in. Oh, Blanca's here. Hey, Blanca. Okay, Blanca, let's find your theme song. Do, 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 do. I know this is good stuff. Okay, here you go, Blanca.
Blanca. Oh,
Oh,
Blanca.
Blanca,
Thank
thank
you
you
for
for
showing
showing
up
up
today.
today.
Yay.
All right. Um, yeah. When I went, even though I'm feeling not my best, it makes me think of when I get sick, which is rare, which is lovely. It's rare. But when I get like good and sick, like with the flu or a bad cold or something, um, and I just feel awful. And when I get sick, I get that feeling of nothing can ever be okay again, and I have to remind myself that it's okay, we've been through this before, we'll get through it again. And sometimes things need to break down in order to break through. But the reason I bring it up is, I challenge myself, usually successfully, when I go to the bathroom, look in the mirror, and I try to look normal instead of, whatever I'm looking like, and just try to. Yeah, I think my mom used to play that little game too, like, just desperately attempting to look normal, even though you feel like, shit. Okay, so I wanted to talk about one more thing. Oh, my sponsor. Okay, so I have a couple former sponsors who are bringing us this new sponsor today. So our new sponsor is coming from the makers of Chris Rock's Paper Scissors and Can You Dig It? digging supplies. They bring us David Spades, hose, and rakes. And mention Magic Mondays for a free trowel. That's right, a free trowel from David Spades, hose and rakes. That's right. Whew. Okay, well, enough of my babbling. Let's go ahead and bring on Coop. But first, let's get his amazing theme song ready. Here we go. Ooh, ooh, we're catching up with Coop. Catching up with Coop. Yeah. Look at me choosing the correct hand, even though it's counterintuitive.
Yeah, yes, good job.
Anyway, okay. Well,
That always makes me smile. What's that?
what's the status, Gladys? How are you doing?
I'm here.
A little empty?
Yes, my insides are void.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I was just out and about yesterday, and I was at Home Depot. They have like that, like snack shack out front, like you buy hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff, and they had soup. They had clam
At Home
chowder. I guess.
Depot?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I thought, you know what, I haven't. That sounds pretty good. I was like, yeah, hot dog. And I probably should. You should stick with places like that. You should really stick with like the things that they serve frequently. So there's like fresh.
Yeah, maybe not random seafood. Yeah.
Not a lot of people eat the clam chowder at the Home Depot hot dog shack. So that was
How could that have possibly gone wrong? And you might not want to hear this right now since you're in the thick of it, but I was on the tail end of so this is like at the end of high school, went on like a week-long camping trip with my boyfriend, Doug. Rest in peace, Doug. And oh, I just thought of a bad sponsor, but it's not worth it. Okay. I'm constantly, my mind's going for what could be a good t-shirt or a sponsor.
Yeah.
But anyway, we were driving home and fighting. No way. And we had stopped, we were up north somewhere, and on our way home fighting, we went to Solvang,
Okay.
which is like a little Danish village-ish
Yeah.
place.
Well,
But I've always loved since I was a kid. Anyway, we stopped there and got several pastries and donuts and stuff. And I got an extra cream-filled, like Bavarian cream-filled something. It was summertime, and I left it on. This is like stupid all over it, but left it on the dashboard
okay.
for God only knows how long, ate it, and then, well, what you're experiencing now. So
Yeah, I don't know if it was the milk part of the chowder or the fish. I don't know what was not so good, but yeah, like right now, just the idea of this made me want to be sick again. Just the idea of eating chowder. So
yeah, well, the good news is you don't have to, because I don't know about you, but it doesn't come into my experience that often.
No, that's why I wanted to have it.
At Home Depot, outside in a trailer. Okay, well.
Yeah, basically, it's like a little outbuilding attached to the front, right between the two entrances and exits.
Yeah.
And it's pretty busy, so I figured it wouldn't be busy if it was bad. But again, I guess you want to stick to the things that they serve frequently.
Did you eat it right away?
Yeah, I mean, I was on my way home, so within a few minutes.
Right. Oh, well, I'm sorry. I hope you feel better soon. And if anybody else if you ever have food poisoning, it's really nice to have activated charcoal around.
Yeah, I don't have any of that.
To suck up the bad stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, that is a thing. I know. That's a good idea.
I took 3 this morning.
It's very absorbent.
Yeah. Anyway, is it absorbent or adsorbent? Okay, who cares? Anyway, that's the whole thing. Yeah. So, I was going to talk about this before you came on. I don't know why I didn't, but I'll just say it now. So I had an experience this week. Oh, it was fun. So I had a cavity that needed to be filled. And I love my dentist. She takes a long time, but she's very, very thorough, and I appreciate that. She is talking the whole time, which is really, and talks fast. with a mask on. And I don't know about you, but when I'm having things done in my head, it's not easy for me to hear the chit chat. So anyway, and I've told her repeatedly, you know, I can't hear you. So don't tell me anything important. Like, eh. Anyway, I love her and I love her husband who runs the shop. Anyway, so I went in like feeling fine and I made a few jokes about what they were dealing with because they were scrambling around. So my point is I was feeling lighthearted and like, no, I don't love going to the dentist, but I like seeing them. And I know she numbs me up painlessly and she always makes sure I'm comfortable because I've made a stink when I'm not. Anyway, so she knows who she's dealing with. And yeah, and she tried putting some new contraption. She said it's a 5-in-1, and it, like, sucks the spit and does this, and this is a giant contraption that like, a pillow for your mouth, kinda so that she can get in there, and I don't like the idea of it because me personally, it seemed like, the idea of having a ball gag in my mouth. Like, anytime I've seen, like, in Pulp Fiction, the Gimp,
Hmm.
you know, who had the ball gag in his mouth. I'm just like, I think I've had lifetimes of being suffocated or, you know, whatever. And that's not okay with me. But my reaction to her trying to put it in my mouth was over the top. And it was, first of all, get that thing away from me. I don't think I swore then, but I swore twice in that, not in anger, but at the skip forward to the end, like I'm just trying to pay and they're just taking so much time doing what they needed to do, but they're like, "Oh, well, do you want this? Do you want that?" And I'm just like, and I don't swear in front of these people. They're super nice. They're super nice Christian, and I don't know what part this plays in my mind, but this makes it extra like they're super nice Christian Asian people. And I just really respect not swearing in front of them or trying not to. But I mouthed it, but I said, "I'm just trying to get the fuck out of here." And they're like, "Oh, okay, okay." And uh, so basically, she's trying to put the thing in my mouth, which is probably a great contraption for the right person, but no, thank you. So I know that there's a part of me in there that was like, I don't like that. But my reaction was over the top. And by over the top, I mean I started crying at the dentist's office
Yeah.
as an almost 58-year-old woman. It's like, oh. And she's like, "Oh, are you okay? Do we need to stop?" I'm like, "No, can we just fucking do this? Like, let's just get this over with, please." Yeah, it was awful. And it took like a couple hours and it's just
Oh my God.
yeah. Um, mm. And apparently, come to find out at the end, like she gave me an invoice, like this is how much it's going to be, and she respected it, even though it would have been a lot more. Because when she got in there, she did other things, and I appreciated that she didn't charge me more. Because when I'm doing an energy work session, if I go overtime, like that's on me unless we have an agreement on money. Like I don't fuck around with people's money. Um, anyway, but I was trying to just get through it. And I told her, I'm an empath and I feel a lot of stuff. So, and I know they don't understand when I'm talking about this shit. And if you don't get it, you don't get it. And that's okay. And it might even go against their religious stuff or I don't know. Yeah, but I got through it. And think what you will about Taylor Swift. And I know she's in the news constantly, but thank God I brought my earbuds and I played Taylor Swift while she was working on me. Cue the tears again. Fuck. And I was just really extra grateful for Taylor Swift. I never thought I'd like Taylor Swift until a former now friend loved her so much and she recommended I check out Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift. I love her music. I think she's just great. I'll say it. I'll be the one who says it.
That's a
Um,
popular opinion.
what's that?
That's a popular opinion these days.
Yeah. And it's just, yeah. Well, Shannon gets it. And we'll play your theme song in a second, Shannon. Oh, and Shannon also says, sending hugs. Thank you, Shannon. But she also said, late as usual, which there's no right and wrongs here, Shannon, but I appreciate that you out yourself. Yeah, so we'll get to the part 2 of this lengthy story in a second, but let's find Shannon's theme song.
You haven't done Art and Erica's either.
What'd you say?
You haven't done Art and Erica's theme song either.
I didn't?
No, I don't think so.
Pretty sure I did. Yeah, Art and Erica, Erica and Art. Like I need to repeat what it is. Well,
I'm not, fully.
Shannon is. Sorry, Shannon. Hey, Dr. Shannon. Yeah, I am not on top of my game. I'm not the smooth operator that I usually am during my show. Yeah. Anyway, I did Blanca, right? I did Blanca.
Yeah.
All right. Well, just in case, I think you're wrong, Coop.
It's very possible because I'm kind of in and out here.
Okay. Well, just in case, here you go, Art and Erica. Art and Erica, Erica and Art, take 2. Thank you for joining us, doing your part.
Yeah.
All right. All right, part 2 of the story, the dentist story. So basically, I get my ass home and I'm just like, ah. And I check. Dave's like, I wonder if this has anything to do with your session today. And I had a session planned, a phone session. So, so actually dealing with a human at the same time, as opposed to a mini session where somebody tells me what I'm going to work on. I do it by myself, send a recording back. So I'm not having to deal with the person on top of the energy. Yeah, and it takes that much more energy to do it. Anyway, and so this happens sometimes. I'll start feeling stuff around the session. And I checked in and asked, okay, does that over-the-top reaction to that awful contraption for my mouth, did that have anything to do with the session? Yeah. And there was some dark dude that needed some help or whatever. And I'm like, dude, keep your fucking pants on. I said it nicer than that, but we're doing the session in like a half hour. Like I promise I'll take care of you then. And by the way, Art and Erica said, yes, you did.
Okay.
Okay. Coop's not feeling his best.
Yeah,
I'm worried about his dehydration due to things coming out from different places. Yeah. Yeah, she said at the very beginning you played these. I thought so, but oh well.
I missed it totally.
Shame on you, Coop. You'll be punished later. No, I think you're getting punished right now with how you're feeling. Yeah. Anyway, so I go into the session with my client, and I told him afterwards, like, he gets the prize for me crying hard, like sobbing at times on his behalf. And the energy, and sometimes that's what's needed for clearing, but yeah, and I let myself just go for it. I don't try to hold it back, especially when I'm working. Oh my God. Like if I can look like a fucking freak on somebody's behalf to move some energy, then sign me up. Like whatever, use me. Yeah. And yeah, but it was a really cool session. And he had himself muted for most of the time. But he told me afterwards, he's like, yeah, I cried a few times. Like you hit the nail on the head, or nose on the head. Ow. Yeah, whatever the saying is. Yeah. And so then later that night, my dentist sent me a text saying, well, I hope the anesthesia is worn off by now, and that we're sending prayers to you to feel better. I was like, and all night I'd wake up at times and just think, well, what am I going to say to them? How can I explain this to them? And I realized, why would I even try? And so I just texted them back saying, yes, my tooth feels good. And thank you for being so kind, or something like that. It's like, why? If they think I'm a freak, that's okay. Join the fucking club. It's getting bigger by the minute, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was like a sit down 10 or 15 minute conversation to explain everything about who you are and what you, and even then they might not even get it because it's pretty,
Yeah.
there's a cultural and spiritual divide there. They may not. But then again, who knows? People surprise me all the time. So
Yeah, they really do. So, yeah. So let's go back to some comments here. Shannon, Dr. Shannon said, go for IV hydration.
yeah.
IV or liquid IV?
So I wonder
Are you
if
suggesting
I
you could go somewhere for?
keep some of those in my fridge and just have them on hand if I need them. Just pop a tube in my.
Go for IV hydration. Okay. There's other ways you can do it, right? Yeah. Anywho, and Art and Erica say, we hope you feel much better soon. You probably should get an IV treatment. Wow.
It would be the fastest way.
Probably. Yes. Go to a place. It's easy.
Because my problem right now is like when I put something in me, it wants to come out. So
Yeah.
That would be the best way to get it in me.
Wow. Where would one go for an IV? Hydration.
I can just buy some and keep them on hand, in the fridge. And
Some IVs.
when you need an IV, just stick some saline in here.
Shannon says, the IV hangover places.
Really?
I don't know those. I don't think those were around when I was in danger of eating them. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I feel like extremely hungover. Yeah.
Bad clams.
It's the dehydration for sure.
And she said, no, not a home treatment. Wow. Well, maybe you should consider that. I don't know. I'll do just about anything to not be my skin to be punctured unless it's acupuncture. But yeah, she says they're everywhere. Okay.
Right.
Well, I believe you. I don't get out that much, so I don't know about these things. Anyway, thank you for listening to my long, boring story about getting triggered in public at the dentist's office. And being an empath is hard. However, even though I get so upset about my book, I know I can always get some relief at least. Doesn't solve all my problems, but I get relief from seeing what's bubbling up energetically, because I know it's not all about the trigger. It's just triggering old stuff that's unhealed. Okay, should we do some energy work and then get the hell out of here?
Yes, that sounds good.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, and so I can get to, once I finish my show, I set up my next one, boring. And then usually I go out to the living room to my office chair, and I usually watch some kind of palate cleansing stupidness on TV or something good. My latest are the show Botched.
Yeah.
Plastic surgery. I told Dave the other day, it's like, well, you're not going to be finding me doing plastic surgery on myself, but if I do and it gets botched, I'm going to look up these guys because they do seem pretty proficient in what they do, cleaning up other doctors' fuck ups. Anyway, so that's really interesting. And what I like about it is I love seeing people get their lives back to feeling normal again. Yeah, or more normal.
Yeah, let's start enough about all that other shit on top of it, I mean.
Yeah. And I hope, and know if people feel better going under the knife, if that does something for you, that's wonderful. But I will go to great lengths to not go under the knife, especially under any kind of anesthesia. I have no desire to be put under. No, thank you. But one of their stories was a woman who got breast implants, couldn't afford them in the States, went to Tijuana, and the doctor didn't have any anesthesia. And the nurses brought in 2 big blocks of ice, and she let him do it.
No.
And spoiler, it didn't go well.
Oh, that just sounds like horrible. That just creeps me out.
And the idea of putting foreign things like implants in my body, I don't know, there's times for that, and that's great. And anybody who wants to do that, that's your business. I do lots of things you wouldn't think is great either. So I'm sure. but having a foreign something in my body that's not necessary, ugh, I'm not talking about reconstruction. I'm talking about like that's what you want to do. You choose to do that. Yeah, that doesn't. Anyway, okay, enough of that. The other thing I'm binging, which is kind of dumb, but it hits the spot for me as background shit while I'm mulling. I feel like I'm always working and I'm always thinking. I know I'm not the only one. Um, and so having this background noise is just lovely. And for some reason, this is hitting the spot. It's called Love in the Wild, and it's 10 different 10 different men, 10 different women, and they're all vaguely of the same age and sort of hot. And they're in Costa Rica and they get paired up and then they change partners and they do these adventures. And why am I going into this? I don't know, but at least I'm not crying. Isn't that great? Okay, so that being said, let's do some fucking magic and get the fuck out of here. Because yeah, not doing my best. Okay, so that being said, let's just go back to our sponsors real quick, and then we'll get to it. From the makers of Chris Rock's Paper Scissors and Can You Dig It, we bring you David Spades Hose and Rakes. Mention Magic Mondays for a free trowel. That's David Spades Hose and Rakes. Not hose like prostitutes, hose like digging. Okay, so that being said, let's do a grounding and let's pick first chakra. Oh, and Shannon said, "Coop, Drip IV is in Sacramento, I think."
Okay.
Good to know.
I had no idea.
Not for now, maybe for the future. Good to know. All right. Thanks, Dr. Shannon. Okay, so let's pick our first chakra. It's by your tailbone. The color is red if you want to go that route. Picture any color you want or nothing at all. If you're playing along, close your eyes and just relax. And let's expand that beautiful red light out, out, out to the vast reaches of the universe. We're sending some of that energy down to beautiful Mother Earth Gaia. We're sending down long, long, deep roots to get nice and anchored onto planet Earth and bring up some of her nourishing energy. And we're going to open our crown chakras and allow in the cosmic energy to come in and meet up with Gaia, creating an interface for us between heaven and earth. So that being said, we're putting out an invitation to any stuck souls that need an exit strategy. This is for you watching now live or in the future. So that being said, let's check in. My name is Colleen. Yes. My name is Bob. No. Okay. Well, that's good at least. Are there any dead people that are ready to move on to the light? Yep. Is Jesus our best escort? Yep. Jesus, are you ready? Yep. Okay. Take them home, Jesus. Okay, so Jesus, have you taken the dead people home? Thank you, Jesus. Okay, I started laughing because I just thought about, so when Dave drives 45 minutes to an hour down to the office 3 days a week, I always get a little nervous. So we have this pattern of when he gets there, he sends me a text. And the one he usually sends is just 3, like, what would you call it? Red lipstick imprints. And today, as I was holding my coffee, if you know what I mean, cleaning out the pipes, if you will, and the liver, I got his 3 lips text, but he accidentally sent it to a small group text from our friend Susan, who had sent us both something the other day. And I'm like, wow, that's weird. And so I immediately reply, it's like, hi, Susan, this wasn't meant for you. And it just turned into this whole thing. It was just so silly. Anyway, and anytime I send anything suggestive to Dave, I really try to pay attention who I'm sending it to, because that would be awkward. Anyway, good story, bro. All right, let's move on. How are you doing, Coop? You're looking pretty serious. You feeling pretty serious?
Yeah.
Are you thinking like how I felt at the dentist? Like, Let's hurry the fuck up so I can get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I hear you. Okay, so all right. So have we successfully released the dead people to the light? Thank you, Jesus. Okay, so is there something energetic to do for the group today? Yes. This is safe and appropriate from the light. Yes. And this is just a reminder, this is for anybody watching in the future as well. Yes. Okay. This is on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A. Yes. This is in column monkey. No, just checking. Okay, column A in an odd numbered row. Yes. In row 1. Yes. In row 3, 5. No. Okay, that takes us to a negative portal. Okay. I cleared the first thing that showed up for me today before the show when I was sobbing was a negative portal, and it helped me stop crying. So that was lovely. Okay, so let's see what kind of portal. This is a dimensional spiral portal. No, this is a seal 'em up. Yep. Okay, this is in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. No. In row 2, 4, 6. Intelligence anxiety is what's showing up. Okay, it's safe and appropriate to seal up this intelligence anxiety negative portal for whoever needs it watching now or in the future. Yep, are we ready? Okay, give me a moment. Okay, have we successfully sealed up this negative portal for whoever needs it watching now or in the future? Yep. Is there anything else energetic to do today for the group? Yep. This is on my master menu. This is in column A in an odd numbered row. No. In row 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, the ever popular atrophied negative or positive emotion or frozen negative emotion. So this is a frozen negative emotion. No, this is an atrophied positive emotion. Yes. Okay. I'm going to my positive emotion chart. This emotion is in column A. No. Column B. Yes. In an odd numbered row. Yes. In row 1. No. 3. Yeah. Okay. Confidence. Okay, so this atrophied energy of confidence is ready to be brought back to life, de-atrophied, if you will, for whoever needs it. Yep, we're going to use bypass circuitry to disrupt this pattern. Yep. And just a reminder, bypass circuitries are handled by Mother Earth Gaia, and they are pattern disruptors. So let's see which one resonates. Will this one be in the book? Will this one be in the book, you ask? Yes, it will. Okay, this is in column A. No, column B. Yeah, in an odd numbered row. Yes, in row 1, 3. Okay, 3. Conflict transition. So, Gaia, are you ready to facilitate the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this atrophied energy of confidence? Is it confidence for the group? Yes, this is safe and appropriate from the light. Yep. Are we ready? We are. Let's give Gaia a moment to disrupt this pattern. Okay, so Gaia, have you successfully facilitated the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this atrophied energy of confidence for the group? Yes. That showed up. Thank you, Gaia. This showed up for me this morning, right before the show, and mine was, in case you care, who cares? But it was atrophied energy of security. Security around my book. Yeah, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I'm back to what I was saying. I go through these times of like, I get reconnected to my book, I make some progress, and then I feel good about it for a while. And this is not one of those times. I thought I was feeling good about it until I felt like I'm being shot down of like, no, it's not going to happen by April. We'll see. And nobody said that to me exactly, but that's how I took it and ran with it. Anyway, I don't know where I was going. Fuck. Okay, let's just do another something. What was I going to say? God damn it. I'll remember later as soon as we finish. But I made an agreement with myself a long time ago doing this show is I will not spend any time beating myself up about, oh, did I finish that thought? Or did I do that right? Or it's like, no. So yay me. Okay, so Wow, we've already gone 44 minutes. How does this happen? Okay. Is there something else to address for the group energetically? Yeah. This is on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A. No. Column B. Yes. In an odd numbered row. Yes. In row 1, 3, 3. Yes. 5. No. Okay. Shared chakra. So shared chakra in my world means entangled energy between, well, we'll see what it's between. So there's a shared chakra situation we need to address for the group. Okay, this is a shared first chakra. Nope. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Okay. Third eye. So, and in my world, what that means, or how it can manifest, is hard to know whose energy is whose. So you might really be feeling somebody else's stuff that's not even yours if you're a sensitive person / empath / magic person. Yeah. Okay. So this is a shared sixth chakra / third eye. Yes. Okay. It's safe and appropriate from the light to separate the third eye energies for whoever needs it, watching now or in the future. Yep. Are we ready? This is safe and appropriate. Yes. Give me a moment. Okay. Do we successfully separate these this shared sixth chakra for the group? Yep. All right. Is there anything else to do energetically today? Nope. Thank you. Thank you, universe. Okay. Yeah, stick a fork in me. I think we both had it. We probably all had it. But anyway, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Yeah, and Coop, I hope you feel better, and sending out love to, I know a lot of people, myself included, who are really going through it right now. And, you could say the world is going through it. Yeah, you're there, you understand. So sending out tons of love and compassion to everybody. And if you'll join me in sending compassion to everybody, please also join me in sending compassion, tons of compassion for ourselves.
Yeah, I was gonna say that to you. Yeah, be kind to yourself today.
Yeah. I plan on being kind to myself, and I hope you can too. And sending you tons of love, Coop. Want you to feel better. But man, you're a rock star. Talk about badass. You showed up anyway. That's great. Anyway, so
here.
And thank you again for David Spades, Hose and Rakes. Don't forget to mention Magic Mondays for that free trowel, because we never have enough of those, and they're pretty expensive at the store. They're probably a good $2 at Home Depot. And if you go to Home Depot, this is my suggestion: don't get the clam chowder outside at the whatever that is. No.
I'll second that.
Okay. Anyway, why am I picking up my pendulum? Go away. I love you, but go away. Okay. Thank you. If I can be of any assistance to you, feel free to contact me at energyhealingwithcolleen.com and sign up for my newsletter. And yeah. Anyway, I love you all, and let's end with my beautiful theme song, care of Artica Productions. Bye.
Bye.
Magic, we are magic, Magic Mondays with Colleen.